Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be something I've never done before. I'm going to be giving you my top 20 keto dinner meal ideas, so stay tuned. I am in several Facebook keto groups or keto Facebook groups, and one of the comments that I see very often from people who are interested in keto or maybe just starting out keto, and something I actually even experienced myself, was that it feels like in the beginning it's extremely difficult to meal plan and figure out what you're going to eat for dinners. I feel like in the beginning I did a lot of Pinterest recipes. Doesn't really seem to lend to easy cooking. It's a lot of recipes, a lot of steps, and it can be very overwhelming whenever you're first transitioning to keto. I actually flipped through my planner and I went through and I wrote down the meals that either were super easy, that we really like. I'm going to link any of them that do have recipes or Tasty Tuesdays or whatever, either up in the eye or down below if you want to check them out. So let's just get started. So I broke these into subcategories since there's 20 of them. The categories are meat, crock pot, easy, and quick. And then some of them are quick and easy. But so we have a total of 20. So the first category are meats, and I feel like this is gonna be the easiest category because it's literally just cooking meat. So the first one is gonna be hamburgers. That's pretty simple. You can literally just buy pre-formed hamburger meat from your meat section of your grocery store and then just cook it up and serve it with whatever your favorite sides are. Usually if we're having hamburgers, I will side it with the veggie tots, and that's the same thing for the next one, which is actually hot dogs. Hot dogs is another really easy one. You just heat them up. And the ones that I found that I really like are Nathan's. If I want to get fancy, I have bought the chili from James Coney Island, which you can order without beans, and so it is relatively low carb if you want to have chili cheese dog. The third thing is going to be fajitas. You can buy pre-seasoned fajita meat or you can season it yourself. Just cook it up and once again, just serve with your favorite condiments. Wings, you can also purchase those either frozen or in the meat section of your grocery store as well. And I just cook them in the oven, and I have made two different sauces for them. I bought a store brand of the mild wing sauce that I just toss them in and then maybe put them back in the oven for about 10 minutes. Or I've also just melted butter, garlic, and Parmesan and tossed them in there and had like a garlic Parmesan coating, which was also really good. And the last one for the meats is steak. Pretty simple. Jonathan has a recipe. He's in charge of the steak. The next category is crock pot. Chicken enchilada bowls is really simple. You just throw a couple of chicken breasts in your crock pot with some enchilada sauce. Find the one in your grocery store that has the lowest amount of carbs. And then maybe about an hour or two before serving, you can either throw in some rice cauliflower in the crock pot with it, or you can steam it in the microwave, just like if you were gonna do with rice, and then top with sour cream, shredded cheese, avocado. It's delicious. The next crock pot recipe is a roast, and to make that keto friendly, you don't wanna buy the store brand of the seasoning packet, so you just want to do kind of your own mix. I don't have a recipe for it, unfortunately. Jonathan kind of just winged it, and he actually injected it into the roast, and it came out really freaking amazing. We also threw in some radishes, and those came out like little potatoes. The last two crockpot meals are actually soups, and these have a little bit more steps to them. I'll have links for them, the recipes, and I think I did them both for Tasty Tuesday, so they'll be up and down in there for you. But there's a taco soup. I think the most difficult part of the taco soup is just browning the meat beforehand. And then there's a zuppa toscana, and with that one also you need to brown the meat beforehand, and you need to chop up the cauliflower. Okay, the next category is easy, and the first one I have on my list for easy is breakfast for dinner. Eggs, bacon, breakfast sausage. You can do keto pancakes. Breakfast for dinner is always an easy, quick meal to have whether you're on keto or not. The next easy recipe that we do for dinner is meatloaf. That does require a little bit of mixing with the meat and all the ingredients you're going to put in it, but it doesn't take very long. It's not a bunch of chopping, and once you have it in the loaf pan, you just sit it in the oven and you forget about it until it's done, and it's usually cooked in about an hour. And there are some really great keto friendly recipes for meatloaf on Pinterest. I have a favorite, and I will leave a link down below. One of our favorite easy meal ideas are jalapeno poppers. And I know a lot of people probably eat those as appetizers, but with keto, you can actually eat it as a meal. This next one is personally my favorite chicken recipe that we have. It's a Parmesan crusted chicken with a bacon cream sauce. And it sounds really complicated, but it's actually super easy and it is so good. Fried cabbage is another recipe that I've adapted into making a keto dinner meal. We chop up the cabbage into a saute pan with some already cooked Italian sausage, and then you just let the cabbage kind of like sweat down and cook a little bit, and then we top it with some crumbled up already cooked bacon, and it is so good. And I've definitely made that as a Tasty Tuesday. And the last easy recipe is spaghetti squash or baked spaghetti squash or whatever you want to call it. Okay, this last category is quick. And now while there may be a few steps involved with these recipes, they're usually pretty simple and they don't take too much time. One that we have quite frequently, and the first one on my list, is buffalo chicken meatballs. It's just ground chicken and a couple other ingredients to bind it together. And then you just form it into balls, stick it on a sheet pan, and cook it for 15 minutes. And then you just toss it in some buffalo wing sauce, and that's it. Taco pie is another quick recipe that you can make. It's basically a crustless quiche. You just take some eggs, some taco meat, and a couple other ingredients, and you put it in a pie dish and bake it until it's cooked. I believe it takes about 30 minutes or so. I've made a jambalaya that I actually adapted into a keto using riced cauliflower instead of rice, and that literally took a matter of 10 minutes, and it was a really yummy, tasty dinner for us. Bell pepper rings is one that we like to have on occasion. It's very heavily cheesy, so we don't eat it very often, but you just slice bell pepper thick enough for it to be like a ring. You put some mozzarella cheese, a little bit of pepperoni, and just cook it in the skillet until the cheese is browned on either side. You make a couple of those and you serve it with some marinara sauce, and that's a pretty quick and easy dinner. And the last quick dinner idea for you is a salad. A lot of people think you can't have a salad on keto, but that's actually not true because green vegetables are actually encouraged on keto. It's something that you're gonna wanna have in moderation, and maybe not something you wanna eat every day. Everyone does keto a little bit different, but I personally love a salad, and I like a big fat salad. Just be careful that you're not using fat-free ranch or sometimes light ranch because it does have added sugars. And Jonathan gets on my case all the time because he says that if it was up to me, we'd have a salad every day. Not true, but I do enjoy a salad. There's just something so satisfying about it to me. I love the crunchiness and the freshness of the lettuce. And if you've never had pepperoni in your salad, try it out and let me know what you think, because I personally love some sliced pepperoni in my salads. All right, so that's my top 20 keto dinner ideas. If there's one that I left out that's your favorite, leave a comment down below. I'd love to check it out. If you're new to my channel, I just want to say welcome and thank you. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that button for me. I am about 120 subscribers away from reaching 1,000, and obviously I would like to do that before February 20th because of the changes that YouTube is making. But it's also really important to me that the people who are on my channel want to be here and you're watching my content. So let me know what you think of my channel. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Grandma!
I think.